Hey, good evening, everybody. Kristen Catala with your Daily Roar. Rah! It's a wonderful evening out, and I thought I would talk a little bit more. I've been talking this week about self-love and self-care and really like staying in your lane, minding your business, riding your ride. So tonight, speaking of riding your ride, I picked up my new bike. I'm so excited. Her name is Audrey. She's Tiffany Blue and super excited. So I'm going to go out on my first real ride tomorrow morning. But when I was at the bike shop, I had someone compliment me. And he said, "Your eyes are amazing." And I kind of danced around it and did that thing that we all do. And I'm not usually uncomfortable, but for some reason I was uncomfortable because I just rolled out of here after work. I had a long business day doing some design that I was doing and some writing, and rolled out of here. My hair was like all pulled up, kind of crazy. I've got this like crazy thing going on here. When I was in Africa, I wore a bandana and I carried a pot of water on my head, and I pulled some of these hairs out. And now with riding my bike and wearing a hat, like I got this funky thing and these need to go back. So I had these like all this way. I didn't have a bunch of makeup on. And I was just so, like, I found myself uncomfortable. It was a very vulnerable position to be in. And he was attractive. But I'm just wondering, I wanted to ask you all, what do you do when someone compliments you? It's really hard for me to take a compliment. I typically will, there's one or two things that I do. Maybe three things. One of the things I do is I'll be like, yeah, God gave me these gifts. So if it's something that someone compliments me and says that I light up a room or I'm very energetic or that kind of thing, I'll be like, yep, it's a gift that God gave me. Or compliments me on my writing is definitely a gift that God gave me. And I know that's that, but I don't say thank you. I will go to, oh, yeah, sometimes I'll say, oh, thank you so much for your kind words. And it's just my way of like ending that conversation. The other times, if someone says, man, you look great in that dress, or you look this, that, the other, I will immediately go to, I'm trying to lose weight. I've lost 11 pounds. I have, this, like I go into this whole diatribe of why I'm not good enough. And I'll tell them like my whole life story because I just feel like I'm a fraud. I feel like, well, I'm not really beautiful, or I'm not really this because I still have this to do. And that is such a bad place, my friends, my sisters, my fellow Lioness. We need to embrace where we're at. I've been talking this whole week about loving yourself where you're at. Lots of self-care, lots of self-love. Our mind is constantly listening, taking it in. Our subconscious is just listening to that. My daughter always tells me from the movie The Giver, they have a line in there and we use it all the time. Precision of language, mama, she says. And it's so true. We really need to be mindful. So when I say guard the gates, the ears, the eyes, also add the mouth in. Like we need to guard our mouth and what comes out of it to make sure that it's connected with our heart, it's connected with our gut, it's connected with our instinct, it's connected with our soul, and it's really saying loving and caring things for us. That is one way of honoring your temple, is one way of that, that sacred triad I talk about of body, mind, and spirit. The words that come out of your mouth about yourself are heard by your mind. And it starts to put that limiting beliefs in your mind. It will start to decrease your confidence. It will do all kinds of things. It messes with your psyche. I go to that place because of people that I've had in my life or instances that have happened in my life that I allowed in. I know it's my story, but it still defines how I act right now when I'm trying to heal. I've had people say, you might gain your weight back. You know, when I first lost 100 pounds, well, I did. I gained 40 pounds here because of an injury. It's out of my control, but I still gained it back. So in my head, I'm like, oh, they were right. I've had people say you don't dress nice enough, or you dress kind of like a hippie or a gypsy. I mean, I kind of like the way I dress. It makes me comfortable. I like it. But I have that in my mind. It always, you know, so when I walk into a room and if someone says, oh my gosh, I love the blah, 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 I go through that whole thing, of that person saying that to me. It is in my past, and I'm choosing not to stay there, but it is a trigger. It does come up. It goes like this. It will come up. So I encourage you, my friends, to, when someone gives you a compliment, this is part of the healing. When someone comes up and says, I love your smile. So I usually get, I love your smile. I love your eyes. I love your radiance. So that's usually a lot of the compliments I will get. What I encourage you to do is simply say, thank you so much. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Period. Period. Close your mouth. Stop. Don't do the whole explanation of why you're not good enough. Just period. And really take that moment to anchor that nice thought. So take the old thing that's in your head, that's in your heart, that maybe someone put there when they weren't so kind to you. Maybe it's something that you've said that wasn't so kind, that triggers that emotion. So take that out, throw it away, and then put that new thing in your head, that new nice comment that someone said. Put it in your heart and hold it there, so that the next time it gets easier and easier. As you do it, your self-confidence will build, and it'll be so much easier to love yourself. You will know you're worthy. You will know you are exactly as God made you to be. And that's how God wants us to be. He wants us to love ourselves. He wants us to accept those compliments. He wants us to be kind to each other. I also encourage you, if you have a kind word or a kind comment to say to someone, say it. Because then you're giving them that opportunity to increase their confidence. And especially as women, we need to do that. This is why I created my Pride Sisterhood. God told me, create a space, a safe space for lionesses to lift each other up, not tear each other down, not be envious, not be boastful, not be jealous, not be hateful, but to be kind, to be cheerleaders, to rally for each other, to come alongside and run with each other. So say those kind words to someone. You look for something to say kind to someone. So look at someone and say, oh my gosh, I love her hair today. Or, oh my gosh, I love what she just shared. I love that outfit she's wearing. Even if you think it's something minor, say it. You will see that person light up. You can change their state in a hot moment, just like that, in a heartbeat, in a snap. Just like that, you can change someone's state and how they're feeling. And it will radiate, and it will be a domino effect to the next person. So let's do that, my pride, my fellow lioness. Let's continue to create this space in my Pride Sisterhood for love, caring, support, sharing, and let's help bring each other's confidence up. Let's help build each other up. Let's help rally around each other if we need support and help. Wherever that is, let's continue to do that. And let's just pour love into this community. So, but start with thank you. Period. Close your mouth. That's it for this night. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Tomorrow is Friday, my favorite day of the week. I hope it's amazing to you all, and that you roll into this weekend with lots of love in your heart and your soul and your spirit, and that you pay it forward. I love you all. Oodles to noodles. Peace out. Mwah.